Hey everyone, this is BremSter, and today I'm coming to you with a puzzle called Scattered by dumediat. It's been a couple of days since I recorded last, and I'm still not fully recovered. I've had a pretty rough time of it. But I just want to focus on the puzzle today, rather than how terrible I'm still feeling. So yeah, Scattered by dumediat. I'm trying to work through the puzzles in my queue. I've been submitting puzzles to my testers and trying to get results. There's been some puzzles which I've been told are not suitable for the channel for various reasons. So those ones have fallen off the bottom of the queue, and I'm going to try and work through some of the others. Yeah, we're kind of getting into a routine with all of this, so we'll see how it all goes. So yeah, let's have a look at it. So normal Sudoku rules apply. So in every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. This puzzle has negators in it. So 9 cells in the grid, 1 in each row, column, and box are negators and have values equal to the negative of their digits. So what that means is, say this was a negator cell and it was a 3, the value of the cell would actually be -3, not 3. So that's kind of interesting. Consecutive pairs. Cells separated by a white dot must contain consecutive values. Negators affect the values of digits for purposes of this rule. Okay. But basically what it means is the cells on a white dot must be consecutive. Search 9. Oh, I like the search 9 constraint. Values of an arrow, values in arrow cells indicate the distance with respect to the number of cells in the indicated direction from that arrow to the 9 or -9 in that row or column. Negative values on arrows mean that the 9 appears that many cells behind the arrow. So for example, this cell, if this was a 2, then that would mean that the 9 would be here. If this was a negated 2, so say this was a negator cell with a 2, then that would mean this would be the 9, because this would be 2 cells behind the cell. Similarly, if this was a 3, then this would, or if this was not a negator cell and a 3, this would be the 9. So it's basically saying where the 9 is going to be. That's really cool. That's it. They're all the rules we've got. I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. Now, while it says negators affects the value of digits for the purpose of this rule, that means that I can never put a negator onto a white dot because there's only one negator in each row, column, and box. And because of that, I can never have a positive digit be consecutive with a negative digit because like a -1 is not consecutive with 2, and a -2 is not consecutive with 1, and a -3 is not consecutive with any positive digit. It just doesn't work. So these are not, I'm going to use grey for not negators. None of those digits can be negators. Does that tell me anything? Well, it means that the 9 in these rows is over here because these are positive digits. So the 9s are over here, which means 9 is not in any of those cells. So 9 is in one of those, but that can't be the 9. Because if this was the 9, this would be saying that the 9 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is off the grid here. So this isn't the 9. 9 is in one of those, so this is a 1 or a 2. Okay, but these are consecutive, which means that if this was, say, 3, say this was 2, 3, then that would say that there is a 9 here and a 9 here. That doesn't work. And the maximum this could be is 6. This has to be 3, 4, doesn't it? Because I can't put, yeah, there's an entropy going on here. Because if I put a 9 here, then one of these would be a 1, and then the other one would be a 2, and there'd be a 9 here and here. Yeah, this has to be 3, 4. Because one of the 9s is a consecutive distance away, different distance away from the other one. So I can't put a 9. How do I explain this better? I think I can't think of a better way of explaining it. If I put a 9 here, that puts a 1 here. The 1 would put a 2 in the other one, and the other 9 would be here, and that puts 2 9s. If I put a 2 here, that puts a 9 here. The 2 can't go with a 1, it'd have to go with a 3, and that would mean that the 9s are here, and that doesn't work. 3 and 4 works, but I can't do 4 and 5 because that puts the 9s here. 5 and 6 puts the 9s here. So this is a 3 4, and the 9s are in here. Now, 9 would put 9 8 here. And I can put, well, hang on. Actually, I can do that. And I can negate the 9 because it does say it can point to the negative value of the 9. Now, this could be a -1. Now, this is a positive value. So it's 1, 2, 3, or 4. So this is 1, 2, 3, or 4, but it's not 3 or 4. This is a 1 or a 2. So there's a 9 in one of those two. This is a positive value. This is a positive value. So this is 1, 2, 3, or 4. This is a positive value. So it's 1, 2, 5, or 6 because it can't be 3 or 4. So the 9 is there or there. But I can't put it there, so it's not a 2. If this is a 1, this is a 2. And this can't be a 1. If this was a 1, this would be a 2, and that would break that cell. So this is a 5 or a 6, which puts 9 in one of those two. I mean, I could never put 9 on an arrow. There's more tricks going on here that I'm not aware of, I think. So this is a 1 or a 2 because the 9 is here, and this is a negator, which means none of these are negators, none of these are negators, none of these are negators. So this is now positive. Which just means it's a maximum of 7. Hang on, this is not, 9 is up here. This is not 1 or 4. This is 2 or 3. This is 1, 2, 3, or 4 because it has to be consecutive with the 2 or the 3. Nine can't be in any of those because 9 is in here in this box. Is that correct? Yeah, this 9 rules 9 out of those, and the fact that 9 is in those means I can't put 9 in any of those. 9 is not in those. This can't point to a 9. This is a negator cell. So these are not negators. These are not negators. These are not negators. So this is a negator. These are not negators. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Now, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Now, I could put 9 in one of those two, but I can't put 9 there or there because 9... Oh, hang on. Yeah, 9 is in one of those two. So I can't put 9 or there or there. So this is not 3 or 5. Sorry, not 3 or 5. It's 1, 2, or 4. Now, this is 1, 2. So, oh, this is a 1, 2 because it's consecutive with 1, 2. So this is a 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 1, 2. This is 4. If this is 2, 3, I'm not sure. Now we know there's a negator down here now. So there's no negator here. This can't be a 9, so that can't be a negator. Nine can't be... Oh, 9 could be there. This can't be a negator because I can't put a 9 behind it. There'll be a trick to this I have not yet seen. Oh, the 9 is in... No, the 9 is in one of those. Hang on. No, does 9 have to be in one of those? Why do I have 9? 9 is in one of those 3, isn't it? I pencil marked that in. But I think 9 can be over here. This is one of 3 possibilities for 9 in the column. This is correct, but I don't think that is correct in the box. Nine is over here. So we know 9 is in here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are both 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Now that, if this is what, these sum to 6, because if this is 1, so these can't be 3, because if this is 3, 1, 2, 3, this is 3. So there's no 3 in these, and these sum to 6. Because if this is 1, this becomes 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 2, this is here, and this is 4. So we know the 9 is in one of those, but the 9 can't be there. So this isn't 1, so this isn't 5. One and 2 is not in there. Hang on. We know 9 is down here. That's not the 9. That's the 9. This is the 1. So we know 1 is down here by Sudoku. But the 9 is down... Oh, no. 9... No, this is now a negator. 1, 2, 3... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a negative 5. Those are not negators, and those are not negators. There's a negator in there, so that is not a negator. That is a negator. Those are not negators. Now this is pointing to a 9, which can't be up here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 only. So this is 2, 3, 4, or 5. And the 9 is in here. I am quite confused. I should remove those. Those are confusing me as well. 9 is in there. So I don't know that the negators have any other effect on the grid. Oh, each digit appears in exactly one negator. That's an important rule that I did not glom onto earlier. Five in this box is in one of those. Each digit appears in exactly one negator. There's something going on. So this can't be 4. So this is 5, 6, or 7. Which means it must have a 6 on it, because there must be an even digit on a white dot. I'm missing something incredibly fundamental here. Hang on, this is an X-wing on 9s. There has to be a 9 either here and here or here and here, because there's a 9 in one of those two, and if there's a 9 here, this is an 8-9 pair. Because if this is a 3, this is a 9, and this is an 8, and then this is a 9. If this is a 4, this is a 9, and this is an 8. This is an 8-9 pair. But I'm not sure that does that much. This is a maximum of 6. Except it's 1, 2, 3 with a 9 there. Can't put a 9 there, can't put a 9 there. This is 1, 2, 3, or 6 only. Now, if this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3, 4. This, hang on, this X-wing on 9s also goes down. This can't be a 1. So 9 is in one of those 3. I'm not... This could be 4, 5, I think. I was about to say it can't have 1, 2, or 3 on it. Because if I put 1, 2 on it, this is 3, 4, and that has no fill. If this is 2, 3, that has no fill. If it's 3, 4, this is 1, 2, and that has no fill. But I could put 4, 5 on this. This be 2, 3, and that be 1. No, this can't be 1. This can't be 1 or 2. Because 1 or 2 would put a 9 in one of those, and I can't put a 9 in one of those. No, that's wrong. 1 or 2 puts a 9 in one of those. This is a negator. The 9 is down in one of those. Got to remember that this is a negator and it's looking backwards. So there's a 9 here, here, or here. So these sum to 6. Hang on. No, that's not it. If this is a 1, 5, 2, this can't be a 1. If this is a 1, that puts a 9 there, puts a 2 there, and that's got no fill. This is not a 1. This is not a 5. This is a 2, 4 pair, which means the 9s are in one of those two. That's weird. If this is 2, that's an... And if that's a 2, that, which means that's not a 2. This is a 3 or a 6. So this is a 2, 4 pair. I'm missing something phenomenally powerful. Nine in this column is in one of those. if this is the 9, this is the 1. This is the 2. This is the 9. This is the 2. This is the 4. This is the 9. Hang on. This can't be a 9. So this is the 1. This is the 9. This is the 2. Because that's a positive 1 or 2 looking at a 9. No, that's not 9. That's 9. I missed that a while ago, I think. This is not 2. So 9 is either there or there. But 9 is in one of those two. This is now 2. This is 4. Eight is in one of those two. That did a lot less than I thought it would. Nine. Well, hang on. This can't be 3, 4, or 5 anymore. 9 is in this box, but I can't put a 1 here. So this is a 2 and a 9, which means 9 is in one of those two, which means this is 3 or 5. One, two. Well, this is 6 now, because that's the 9, which was the least restrictive way it could go. This can't be a 1, because that would make this a 2, and that has no fill. This is not a 1. There is a 3 on this. I've had a lot of these for a while. I'm just not thinking clearly. I'm still not well, but I don't think that's the reason. I think I'm just struggling with this. There's no 6 here, but there is a 6 on this dot. This is the 6, which means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the 9, which means this is not the 9. This is the 9, which means this is the 1, which means this has to be the 2 for various reasons, because that's the 9 and because I have to put unique digits into the white boxes or into the negator cells. Now there's no 2 here, so this is 3 and 4. Can't put 2 onto this white dot, and I can't put 2 there. So 2 is absolutely down here. 2 is in one of those two, and it's not going to be in the negator cell. Now these are 5, 7, and 8. Oh, this is an X-wing on 9s. That's not the 9. That's the 9. Which means this is the 5. Which means this is not the 5. It's a 7 or an 8. I feel like I'm making progress, but I still have no idea what I'm doing. I can't put a 4 on here. Like, have I resolved all the arrows? This arrow is pointing to a 9. This arrow is pointing to a 9. These will point to 9s, but I'm not sure which way it goes yet. This is pointing to a 9. This is... Oh, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's the 9, so that's the 9. This is the 8. This is not the 9. So this is the 4, and this is the 3. Now hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the negator because I have to have a negator of each digit. So these are not negators. This is not a negator. This has to be a negator for that box. That was important. I needed a negated 9. But now this is done, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is done. All of the arrows seem to be done. So now I've just got to resolve these negators, what these are, and the consecutive dots. Which is kind of cool. One is in one of those. I'm not sure where the weak digit is. 6 is in one of those two. It's probably going to do with the fact that I've got to put negators into the different... Well, hang on. I need to put an odd digit on this, and it's not 1, 3, 5, or 9. There is a 7 on this. So this is from 6, 7, 8. Oh, that hasn't helped. 5 in this box. I can't put 5 in those or those. That's the 5. So this is a triple, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 7, 8. That's not it either, but that is a 1, 7, 8 triple. Five is in one of these. So I've got to put 2 and 5 in here, but 2 and 5 can't be the negator. Because I've already got a 2 and 5 negator cell. Now, what can this be? It can't be 1, it can't be 2, it can't be 3, 4, 5. It could be 6, 7, or 8 only. It can't be 8. This is 6 or 7. And the reason it couldn't be 2 or 5 is because 2 and 5 I've already got in negators. Doesn't seem like enough. I mean, it is, because this is a puzzle from dumediat, and I know he does good puzzles. But so there's got to be a 4 in a negator somewhere. It's either in here, because I can't put it in here, or up here. Where can I put 3 in a negator? It's either down here or up here. 5. No, I don't. I can't get rid of the grey yet because I don't know where all the negators are. Or do I? 2 is in one of those two. There's got to be something obvious I'm missing. Do I want to mark those as yellow and white and then get rid of all the grey? Yeah, that might be better. So this is restricted because it can't be 3, 4, can't be 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, can't be 5, 6. Could be 6, 7 or 7, 8. Hang on, there's a 7 in here because it can't be 1, 2, it can't be 2, 3, it can't be 3, 4, it can't be 4, 5, it can't be 5, 6. So it can be 6, 7, 7, 8. It can't be 8, 9. So there's a 7 on this dot, which means there's no 7 there. That's a 7. But this is a 6, 7, 8 triple. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is 2, 4, 5. And I can't put, there is a negator in here, and it can't be 2 or 5. So there is a 4 negator in here, and it's not there. This is the 4, which means that's the negator. Which means this is not the negator, this is not the negator, and this is the negator. And I've got the position of all the negators. Now this is not the 2, this is the 5, this is the 2. There you go, that's what I was missing. And it was important. Now, the negators I am missing now are 3, 6, 7, and 8. Well, there's no 7 there. There's no 6 there. Three is in one of those two. Which means I can't put 3 there, and I can't put 3 there. So 3 is in one of those. Which means 3 is in one of those two. Now, if 3 is here, this is 2 or 4. I think 3 can be there. If 3 is there, this is 6. Six is in one of those two. Which means none of those two can be 6. It's... I'm looking at this the wrong way still. I am so wanting to turn on pencil marks. 4 is in one of those two. Oh, this is not the 2. This is the 2. How am I doing on 2s? 2, 2, 2. 2, 2. 2 is in one of those. 2 is in one of those. Oh, hang on. 2 is right there. So 2 is there. Which means 2 is there. I probably want to look at 4 now. Because I really want to get 3 off this. But I'm not seeing... If this is 3, 4, puts 4 there. Wait a minute, 4 is in one of those two. So that is 4. And that's because this 4 knocks it out of those. So 4 had to be in one of those two. Now 4... This dot is doing a lot, and I'm not quite seeing it. This is 6 or 8, isn't it? I feel I'm missing it. This is 4, which means 4 is in one of those two. This is not the one, and hasn't been for so long, it's not funny. One is in one of those. Well, hang on. I can't put 1 on this dot. I can't put 1 there. This is the 1. This is not the 1. So this is the 1. Which means this is not the 1. So these are... Well, where is 4 in this column now? 4 is on this dot, where it can't go with 6 or 8. This is 3, 4. Which means this is the only place for a 3. This is not the 4. 1, 2, 3. There is a 5 in here somewhere. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now the 6, 7, 8 has to do something. Well, 8 is in one of those two, so that's not the 8. And that's not the 8, so this is the 8. 8 is definitely in one of those two. If that's 8, that's 7. Hang on a minute. If that's 8, that's 7, and that's 7. Wait a minute. If this is 6, that's 8. No, I think I'm... But this is a 5, 7 pair. So that is the 8. That's the 6. And that's the 7, which means this is the 5, this is the 7. The 8 makes that the 7 and that the 8. These are now 5 and 7, and I know the order. That 7 makes that 5 and that 7. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the 1 makes this the 6 and this the 1. This row is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll use the 3 to make that 7 and that 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll use the 5 to make that 6 and that 5. Finally making some traction. The 7, of course, makes that the 7. So this is the 6 or the 8, and the 8 means it's the 6. These are 1, 2, 3, and 8. And I'll use the 8 to make that the 3 and that the 8. The column, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this box needs 1, 3, and 4. 1, 3 means that the 1, 3 in the row means that's the 4, and I can take 4 out of those. So this is a 1, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8 go into those, and there's an 8 there. So that's the 5, that's the 8, that's the 6, that's the 8. This row, 1, 2, 3, 4, no, 3, 6 go into those. and there's a 3, so that's the 6 and that's the 3. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 7 and 8. Now there's a 1 there, there's a 7 there, and there's an 8 in there. This column is just missing a 1 and an 8, so that's not the 6, so this is the 6. What is this box missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 7 and 8. Now the 1 comes out of there. No, not that one, just that one. And this has got the 8. This box, 1, 2, 3, 4. What am I doing? And the 4 makes this the 3 and this the 4. The 3 looks back making this the 1 and this the 3. The 1 looks back making this the 7, this the 8, this the 1, this the 8, this the 1, this the 7. And that's the correct solution to the puzzle. It's had 112 solves in the last 45 and a half days. But that is scattered by dumediat. Search 9, really cool. Negators, something I've not really used before, and consecutive pairs. I'm fairly familiar with those, but used in a way that I really had to think about in a new way. That was a great puzzle. Thank you very much, dumediat. I really enjoyed that one. Yeah, thank you for everyone who's been submitting and recommending to my queue. There's been a lot of puzzles that have come through that I've had to put through to testing and everything. I've been really sick. I've been basically out for a week. So I'm really happy that the Barbie puzzles were there, because I really needed something where I could just ignore the world for a week. So I'm in frenetic catch up at the moment. So yeah, thank you everyone who's been involved in helping me just keep everything running. So thanks for that. Yeah, I'll look at some of the puzzles. As I said, some of them have not made it through testing for various reasons. That's going to happen more and more, or not more and more, but that is going to happen, I think. Yeah, it's just the way it goes. Yeah, but thank you everyone for contributing. Thank you everyone for solving. Please, there's been a lot of comments recently that it's really hard to find puzzles that can be solved in 30 minutes. Please tell people about the channel. It's really weird when I see comments along the lines of, oh my lord, it's so good when we see a puzzle that can be solved in 20 or 30 minutes. It's so refreshing. I try and do that more often than I don't, because I know that these are puzzles that people really enjoy. So please tell people about the channel. Please remember to like and subscribe. Please remember to comment and try and get YouTube to promote the videos. I think a lot of people are just not aware that the channel exists. I think it's just a thing. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching, and as always, good luck with your solving.